Oh yeah? Well, I'll take your mom out to a nice dinner.
Hey,
Oh. Yeah, babe?
I want to start streaming on Monday.
Oh, okay, babe. That should be fun.
Are you gonna help me?
What do you need help with? All you need is a low-cut shirt.
Are you serious? I just meant setting up my PC.
Oh yeah, of course. Your PC is kind of old though.
Does that mean I get your room now?
No, it just means you have limits on what you can do.
Well, what about me playing Kingdom Hearts?
I'll take care of it. Love you, babe.
Bite me. Love you too.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host IVANTASANDiWICH, and today we are going to be working on setting up my wife's wonderful streaming setup. It's nowhere close to being done, so let's hop to it. This is something that my wife has wanted to do for quite a while now. She streamed in the past, but since we moved and since we've kind of changed things in our careers, it's just been a little more difficult to get things going on her side. If you're in one of my recent streams, you would have witnessed a task that should have taken about 15 minutes to do, maybe 20, but it took me between 2 to 3 hours just to get a cooler on my wife's PC. Just goes to show you how important prior preparation is to doing certain tasks. Time management's good too. But essentially what I had to do was I had to take my wife's computer, which is down here. Everything in the computer was already assembled except for the cooler on the CPU. So I had to essentially hunt down a CPU cooler that would work for her computer, and I thought I had an aftermarket cooler. Turns out that wasn't the case. So she's gonna be running a stock cooler, which is not so great, and we'll go through the specs of her computer here in just a minute. So obviously in this video, we're gonna be setting up my wife's streaming equipment, but this also serves as a guide for those of you who might not have a really beefy, strong PC. Maybe you've got an older one, maybe you're streaming off a laptop, whatever the case is. This guide will show you that you can work with even some older setups. This is an old PC, so I'm gonna go through the specs next, but just understand that there are workarounds for if you don't have the biggest, best PC. And hopefully you'll wanna upgrade down the road, but this way you don't have to put a ton of money in up front and decide or find out that you don't like streaming. Eventually, we will do the same for my wife. We're gonna upgrade her stream. It's just not in the cards right now, it's not in the budget, but down the road, hopefully she'll get a nice RGB, flashy, top of the line, powerful PC, and she won't have to worry about some of the limitations that we have on her now. The caveat or limitations might be that you can't play the newest up-to-date AAA games and stream at the same time. And if you can, maybe you gotta keep them down on low settings, medium to low. There is a workaround that I have set up for this video. I'm gonna put it later in. It may not work for everybody just because you may not have the appropriate equipment, but I'll still put it in here just so you kind of have an idea of the alternatives you can use to get yourself streaming and going and having a good time and enjoying your life and enjoying everything and the people that come to see you because you are so special.
Stop it. Get some help.
I have a workaround later on in the video that'll help her still be able to play some of the more up-to-date games while streaming at the same time. So stay tuned for that. So if you didn't catch that subtle plug before, if you're in one of my recent streams, I mentioned my stream. So I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 6 PM EST at IVANTASANDiWICH. Link should be in the description below. Also, since my wife probably would have started streaming by the time this video goes live, if not, it'll be shortly after. So we'll see. I'm still not really sure what's going on with her schedule, but she will be streaming on her channel. I don't know the schedule yet. I'll try to find out, and maybe I'll put it as an overlay here. We'll see. But her channel is Oliver Twist. Again, links in the description. Go follow her, check her out. Pretty big variety of stuff there. She likes to talk and chill and hang with everybody. Very social. Check her out, give her a follow. Oliver Twist. Twitch.tv/Oliver Twist. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I didn't realize the pod was over. Anyway, let's jump into the specs and the hardware my wife is gonna be working with. The processor my wife is using is an AMD 8350FX Black Edition. We did not overclock it because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, we don't have any other aftermarket cooler, and I know the AMD processors run really hot, but all we have is a stock cooler, so we're just gonna use what we got and deal with it. The next thing is the graphics card. She has an RX 480, so again, pretty dated. It's a Radeon card, so we don't have the NVENC encoder, which is gonna be kind of tough. The good news is for console gaming, we don't really have to rely too much on a graphics card, so we should be okay there. And I have a solution for if she does want to do PC gaming. We'll go through that a little bit later in the video, so stay to the end for that, because I have an alternative solution. May not be, again, the most economically viable solution, but it is a solution, and for those of you who might just have one of them laying around, good stuff. Use what you got, man. Use what you got, okay? Now, next thing is what I'm gonna be adding into the PC, because those two components are the bread and butter of streaming. We are using 16 gigs of RAM. There's an Asus motherboard. I can't remember the model of it, but it's not a huge deal for this. And then the power supply is adequate. It's like 750 watts, which I think is actually overkill. But anyway, the hardware I'm gonna be adding into her stream to help this be a more complete solution is we have an Xbox One with the Kinect so she can do Just Dance. We have an Elgato HD60S capture card. I've had issues using this card with my other computers, so if this doesn't work, the backup is going to be the standard HD60. It's not a preferable card because it does have more latency. There's gonna be like a second of delay between the actual gameplay on her screen and then what's shown on the OBS scene. So that's the downside to it, but it is a backup if we need it. We have a cam link, and we're gonna be using this Sony Alpha 6300 camera with a cam link. So if you have a camera laying around and you want to go buy a cam link, you can. I'll have a link to that below. It is an affiliate link, so if you do want to do the cam link and help me at the same time, I appreciate it. I'll try to put all this stuff down in affiliate links. And then you can also use a webcam like a C920 if they're not being price gouged still at this point. We're into freaking September. I hope that some of the stuff is in stock and the price gouging is done. It's gotten ridiculous. Also, you only see one monitor here, so we have a second monitor that I'm gonna set up, and she has a headset because we have speakers, but I don't think we're gonna set them up right now. We don't really have a lot of real estate with the desk here. Let's get it set up. I'm gonna let me fix this. I'm gonna arrange this. Okay. If you guys don't know how to plug in the USB cable to the back of your computer, again, I pray for you. I'll pray for your soul. Okay? It's okay. You just need to know it, okay? Hey, do you want to help be a camera person?
Huh?
Do you want to help be a camera person?
I can't be. Can you come out what you can up to?
No, I just thought it might be wholesome for the video. She can't help me, she has to change a diaper. What? Okay, I gotta go get him out of his car seat. Another thing we have to set up is the headset. This is the Logitech G633. It's an older model, but it's a good one. I liked it that it's full surround sound. It's a little old. It's a little squeaky. We apologize, but it does have USB, so you can hook up the PC. And then there is also, the thing I like most about this is a 3.5mm jack. And I like it because I used to stream with this, and so I could hear all the PC audio through the USB port. But then the 3.5mm jack, I could plug into like my phone, or since the console, there are no speakers here for it, these monitors work really well too because there's an audio output on the back. And I've already plugged in the cord for the cable here so you can hear the game, the console audio as well, and it doesn't interfere with the volume of your computer setup. So that's one of the reasons I do like these. Logitech makes pretty good stuff. I'll put a link to those down below, or the updated models. I'm pretty sure they've got newer models of this, but there will be an affiliate link below. So if you like them, if you want to check them out, help me out with that affiliate link. I appreciate it. The only thing left to do is set up the cam link, but I'm using it right now on a separate computer, so I'll have B-roll footage going over now, showing me plugging that into the computer. I've already got like the extender cable down there, so it's easy. Plug in a USB port, you're good to go. It's not that hard. And then you plug in the HDMI cable. So I also need to, for our camera that we're using, since we're not using a dedicated webcam, we had to buy, I believe it's a micro HDMI cable adapter to a female HDMI cable, full size. So then we run the HDMI cable from the adapter on the camera to the cam link. Everything's set up, I think. So I guess we'll hop into the setting stuff up on the computer and getting the console and checking everything out and make sure it all works. Let's do it. I'm not going to do a full OBS install. That was done in my last video. There should be a info card up here somewhere. Check it out. It's awesome, okay? It's awesome, you gotta watch it. Finally, we're into Windows. Took us forever. Got a few things installed on this PC already. We got Steam, we got Apex. I don't see OBS though, so that means we'll have to go to obsproject.com. If you didn't watch the last video, link is in the description for the last video and for obsproject.com, but it's, that's the place to go to get OBS. This is going to be obsproject.com, Windows, it's downloading, we're opening, yes, next, install. Jeez. I'm gonna be fast forwarding through a lot of this. We're gonna launch OBS. And we will run through the auto config wizard. Actually, we got OBS installed. I'm gonna set up a screen cap of it so that way you can have a little better footage. We're gonna transition from this to this. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're here in OBS. I've got the preview disabled so it doesn't give us that streamception looking. I want to see what the settings are going to be for her setup. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll look at it from the camera because it won't let me do it with OBS running. Oh, what do we got? All right, let's see if we can get a good zoom on this. Here we go. All right, so the bit rate's only going to be 4,350. Server's auto, which is good. Okay, we're going to output it to 720. That's good. We are going to get 60 frames a second though, which is nice. Okay, cool. It's software encoding. I might try to switch that to the graphics card just to ease it up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So not the worst. It's not terrible. 4,350 is still pretty good for an AMD 8350FX Black Edition with a stock cooler. Not too bad. I'll take it. Ain't great, but we'll take it. All right, let's do it. First thing we're gonna do is look online for StreamLabs first. Let's see what they have that's free. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Not too bad. Let's see what the Purple Delight looks like. It's very similar. The chat's like right over the top. So starting soon, be right back, stream ended. It's got the socials down here. I don't know which one I like better. Ultimately, it's her decision. So as a matter of fact, let's get her in here. We're on it.
2 hours later.
My wife is here. I need you to tell me which one of these you like better. There's this purple wave. I won't tell you which one I like better until after you pick. But there's this one. So you have this is your gaming scene. Of course, you can always edit the chat, make it smaller if it's too big or something. You have the chatting screen. You have these scenes. So that's how that one looks. All right, and then you have the Purple Delight, and I picked purple because I know you want your computer to be purple. Right, okay. So there's this one. So, and of course, you can always change some of these elements. You don't need to keep them all on there. But this is what the other screens look like. There's the chatting, starting.
I like the
be
other
right
one.
back. The other one? I did too. Okay, cool. Cool. We know each other so well.
Found it!
Thank you, babe. All right, so we're gonna go with Purple Wave.
It's my pleasure. I'll be here all the time.
Okay, she's here all week. And every other week. We'll just name it Purple Sloliver Twist Overlay. Cool. These are all of the links we'll need. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually just, you can copy, like click this link here and then copy it into OBS. So I'll do that. Let's get the Purple Wave in-game animated scene. I've got this all set up. You can see her scenes. We've got the chatting scene. We have the starting scene screen. Be right back. Ending. So they're all set up. They're all set up with a fade transition, which is pretty standard, good enough for now. Let's go ahead and make sure that we can get the video capture device. Let's add the Elgato HD 60S. Hopefully it picks up. The Xbox is turned off. I'm gonna pop that on real quick. That's not a good sign to start. There we go. But I have a feeling that is not the correct resolution. It should be 1080. Let's see if there is any delay in the output. No, it looks pretty good, actually. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do is make sure we drag that down so it's underneath. Let's get the camera going next. So we're going to do another video capture device. This is going to be the Cam Link 4K. My mustache keeps itching me. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Just chill. Cam Link. And yo, that gets... I'll have to adjust it. That way it's a little closer up here. And then we can just sort of zoom in a little bit. Give the room some perspective, but that actually is pretty good lighting. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Okay, so the camera works fine. Resolution, frame rate's good. Man, this looks good, I like it. I wish I had this camera still, but I gave it to her. I gave it to her because I love her so much, okay? Best wife ever. And we need to drag this down, and it needs to go under the overlay. So the overlay must be on top. There, now she has a full stream setup. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do a stream test. I'm gonna start the stream. I'm gonna actually have to use this cam to point it down here and look at the actual frames to see if we're dropping any frames. So I'll do that, see what everything looks like. I'll pull the actual video off of Twitch to see if things drop frames, and I'll give you my assessment. So we've gone live. We're hitting our bit rate a little higher, so around 4,500-ish. We have missed some frames. We've missed some right up here, 66%, or 66 frames, which is 0.2%, so that's not bad. Okay, I dropped a couple of frames. Nothing too crazy. Switch scenes. So I'm on the... Not too bad. All right. Everything's set up now. You could go ahead and stream, and she may have streamed by the time this video goes up. So if you want to check her out, she's on Twitch at SlawLiverTwist. That's the username. Also, remember to check me out, IVANTASANDiWICH. Go ahead and sign off using the good camera because it just looks so dang good, baby. You know what I'm saying? It looks great. But here's the other stuff I wanted to talk about. Because we know that she's on dated hardware, it's gonna put a lot of limits on what she's able to play. I mentioned that earlier. So, if she's playing on her Xbox or a PlayStation using a capture card, we should not have any issues with this current setup. If she decides she wants to play a game on this PC, and she doesn't want to play some old retro game, probably notice we have this extra laptop laying around. So, what I was going to do is I was going to install OBS in a portable configuration. Actually, I already have. I have it on a flash drive. So I've installed OBS onto this flash drive, and what that does is it retains all the settings in OBS, all the configurations, and everything that we've set up onto the flash drive. So you can literally unplug it, plug it into a new computer, and as long as you have your cam link, your capture card, and whatever files on that flash drive as well, you're good to go. You can just pop it in, run OBS from your flash drive, and good to go. So what I was thinking was, all we have to do is take the microphone and the capture cards off of that PC, off of her main PC here at the desk, plug it into the, we can plug those into the laptop and just use that as the streaming PC. So it's kind of like a 2 PC setup. Not a good one, but it'll serve that purpose. She can use the gaming PC simply to run the game, and we can use an HDMI cable to send a duplicated signal out from the PC to the laptop, or to the capture card, to the capture card, and run it that way. I think that does it for today, so without further ado, make sure you hit that like button, press the subscribe button, press the love button, follow me on Twitch. Be sure to follow me on Twitch for the best streams known to man. And for the best streams known to the woman, follow my wife on Twitch. Links in the description below. We done, guys. We done. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Peace out. See you later. Boom. All the links down there. I love you.